Hi everyone, and welcome back to the channel. Today, we are venturing into one of the richest intellectual traditions of the world, ancient Indian literature. These texts aren't merely religious or mythological, they are deeply philosophical, ethical, and reflective. They offer time tested frameworks for understanding life, leadership, morality, and self realization. The Puranas are some of the most intriguing texts in ancient Indian literature. On the surface, they read like mythology, gods, demons, battles, miracles. But beneath that narrative surface lies a treasure trove of cosmology, ethics, and philosophy. They explore the cyclic nature of the universe, creation, preservation, and destruction, and reveal how these cycles mirror human experience. They present dharma and adharma not as abstract ideas, but through characters and consequences. And perhaps most importantly, they emphasize bhakti or devotion as a powerful path to liberation. Texts like the Vishnu and Shiv Purans glorify divine attributes, while the Bhagavad Puran, for instance, turns the story of Krishna into a lesson in love, joy, and surrender. Now we turn to the genre known as Itihas, literally meaning thus it was. These are more than stories. They are a blend of mythology, historical memory, and ethical instruction. The two foundational texts here are the Ramayana and the Mahabharata. They aren't mere records of past events, they are reflections on human nature, society, and the pursuit of righteousness or dharma. Through battles, trials, and inner conflicts, these epics offers us a framework for ethical living. They teach us about sacrifice, loyalty, cosmic law or leet, and the ever present struggle between right and wrong. In a sense, they are mirrors held up to the human condition. The Ramayana, composed by sage Valmiki, is not just a hero's journey, it's a moral and spiritual blueprint. It tells the story of Lord Ram, an avatar of Lord Vishnu, who embodies ideal behavior in every role, either son, husband, ruler, or a warrior. When Lord Ram is exiled, he doesn't resist. When Goddess Sita is kidnapped, he fights not just to recover her, but to restore Dharma. Characters like Lakshman, Sita, and Hanuman became living examples of devotion, duty, and courage. The text teaches us that greatness doesn't come from avoiding pain, but from confronting it with virtue. It is a profound narrative of leadership, sacrifice, and ethical resilience. In contrast to the clarity of Dharma in the Ramayana, the Mahabharata introduces moral complexity. It presents a world where Dharma is not always obvious and choices have consequences no matter how well intentioned they are. The epic follows the power struggle between the Pandavas and the Kauravas and culminates in the great war of Kurukshetra. Within it lies the Bhagavad Gita, a philosophical discourse between Lord Krishna and Arjuna. Here we explore ideas like Swadharma, your personal duty, and Karma Yoga, the path of action without attachment. The text confronts the ambiguity of justice, the pain of ethical compromise, and the eternal tension between inner peace and worldly responsibilities. While the epics gives us ethical dilemmas through narratives, the Niti Shastras give us direct guidance, especially for leadership, governance, and diplomacy. The Arthashastra, written by Chanakya or Kautilya, is a manual on ruling, economics, and war. It's ruthlessly pragmatic, yet underpinned by the idea that power must serve justice. On the other hand, Bhartri Hari's Niti Shastra is more poetic, offering sharp observations on human nature and personal ethics. These texts are essential for understanding how ancient India balanced idealism with real politics. The Subhashitas are the distilled wisdom of centuries, concise, impactful, and deeply relevant. These proverbs cut through the noise with sharp moral clarity. They are often drawn from larger works like the Niti Shastras, but function as standalone gems of insight. Whether it's about integrity, do not trust anyone who is dishonest ever once, or humility, the tree that bears the sweetest fruit is the most humble. These sayings guide behavior in everyday life. They are the ethical bite sized takeaways that make ancient wisdom accessible in today's fast paced world. When we zoom out, a set of recurring themes emerges across all these texts. First, there is Dharma, the central compass guiding moral behavior. Then we have Karma Yoga, the call to act with full responsibility yet without ego. Bhakti emphasizes emotional and spiritual devotion as a form of transcendence. The principle of Reeth or cosmic order teaches that harmony comes from aligning with natural and moral laws of the universe. And finally, all these texts point toward moksha, liberation from the cycle of suffering and rebirth. These aren't abstract ideas, they are lived philosophies deeply embedded in the ancient system and still deeply relevant today. To conclude, these ancient Indian texts are not relics, they are living systems of thought. They address the most urgent questions of our time. How do we act ethically in a complex world? What does it mean to lead with integrity? How do we remain grounded amidst changes? These works offer us resilience, self awareness, and clarity of purpose. They remind us that while the world may evolve, the core dilemmas of the human condition remain, and ancient wisdom still holds the key. And that's all for this video. And if you found this helpful, give it a like, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel to help us grow. I will see you in the next video with some other topic in the Indian knowledge system. Till then, happy learning.